Colin, South Africa, Southern Africa, but specifically South Africa, is important. There were many fossils found, and we've just mentioned a few. And there you can see the map.
Yeah, they can really go through. There you have Makapansgat there you have the Sterkfontein Caves and Dahung. So go through and look what is South Africa's contribution. There's also the Florisbad Man in Bloemfontein's area. And outside South Africa, of course, this is the one that we've showed you there, the one that was found in Chad, the Boy of Tomai. And then at the Olduvai Gorge here, we have the Nutcracker Man. Look at this strong jawbone here. And then the footprints of Laetoli that we will show you here.
Fantastic.
It is. And this, you can definitely see the big toe away from the others, which means this is definitely not a chimpanzee, but you can see the adult here with the little one running, and this was over a volcanic ash that landed and the rain set down, and that is why it's cemented like that.
And Colin, there's just a question here before we get to this last section. Why is Karabo classified as South African fossil while it was discovered in Botswana? We had 4 questions. Karabo was not discovered in Botswana. It was discovered at the Sterkfontein Caves, which is just outside the Pretoria, Johannesburg area. Definitely South African. Okay, there are proofs of the fact, many proofs, types of proofs, that human evolved from Southern African ancestors. And won't you take us to the first of these?
Yeah, and you must be able to describe what evidence is there, and we use DNA analysis to do that. So we can take DNA and trace the ancestors of these individuals, and this is quite interesting because we use mutations that serve as markers. And so far, I'm going to give you one example. There you can use the DNA from the Y chromosome. Because the major part of the Y chromosome, because it doesn't have another mate, it can't undergo crossing over, so those mutations remain unchanged, and that is why we use those mutations. Then it is passed on. Remember, it's your boys get their Y chromosome from their father, and this is passed then on from father to son, and so on. So we can trace those mutations within the Y chromosome. And there was research was done on this. There was a DNA study, and they've taken 12,000 males, and they've studied the Y chromosomes in Asia. And they were looking for those 3 specific mutations that they know that have originated in Africa. And each one of those 12,000 people carried one of the 3, at least one of the 3 mutations.
I think they've so far, because with the Y chromosomes, all men coming from just about 5 or 6 males in the world originally, and all of them from Africa.
Yeah.
There's also the mitochondrial DNA, and that is transferred from the mother to the children, both the sons and the daughters, but the sons can't carry it on. It's only the daughters that will contribute that. Now, the mitochondria of a sperm cell does not go into the egg cell, and there you can see where the mitochondrium is, and that part breaks off, so it's only the egg cell that will contribute to a child's mitochondria. And once again, looking at the mutations in the mitochondrial DNA, we could follow the female line of descent, coming from just one female with her origin in Africa, and specifically Southern Africa. So yes, the female lineage, very easy to trace because of the rate of the mutations, and that's another type of evidence. Also, if we can, so this is now, we've got the Y chromosome, the mitochondrial DNA, and we also have fossils of the oldest ancestors of modern man and Australopithecines in Africa. So all of those point to the fact that we developed from Africa. So
yeah, and I think it's important that you emphasize that, because so now we know we can take this evidence, and once again we look at the oldest fossils, we look at the oldest, we look also at the chromosomes, the DNA, the Y chromosome, we go far back and see that the origin is here on the African continent, as well as the oldest female can be traced back to Africa.